Hello. Hello, welcome.
Hello and welcome. Thank you, Saddam, for hosting. So this is the first one that we
Yay.
do at this time of the night. So we're just going to do a nice drawing session together, and I've chosen an interesting theme for me because I love fish. So I'm going to do different drawings of fish with different mediums, and Saddam will share it on the chat, but you also have it on your WhatsApp as well. So I'm just going to put my video off so that I don't distract myself because you will only see the side of my head. All right. Okay. Everybody ready?
I will just mute everyone for now to avoid any
Okay.
echoing.
All right. So the first one, I'm actually just going to plan out my page a little bit. Um, so the first three little fish, we've got about 5 pictures, I think. And all of them, I'm actually going to just do different ones. So I'm taking my mechanical pencil and I'm just doing the first planning of this one. And I'm actually not going to do the whole fish. I'm actually just going to do the front of the fish. And I'm going to start off with the top one. I'm actually going to start off with water-soluble graphite, right?
Uh,
And I'm actually going to
Can I,
start right.
can I, can I
Yes,
interrupt and ask a question? I
yes.
just want to check, are we going to follow the drawings that you are doing, or can we pick any of the others that you've sent on the WhatsApp? Just how do you
Actually,
see?
we thought of doing the same drawings together, but
Okay,
I mean,
okay,
it's really up to you. But we are
okay,
going to do the same drawings, and I'm going through them and just doing different mediums with each of
okay,
them.
okay,
So the idea is that I explain as I go along. So this one
right,
is with a water-soluble graphite.
okay,
I
thank
just want to show you the properties of a water-soluble graphite because the idea is that I get people to use um, their materials a little bit more and to know what they can actually do. All right. So with this one, I'm actually just going to do a little fast. It's almost like a warm up. And you'll see I'm almost doing like a continuous contour. So I'm not actually picking up my pencil as I'm going along. And the first one will obviously be monochromatic. Okay, so this I'm going to make a little bit darker. And I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow there. Okay. So in the beginning, it will be quite quick drawings. So this is the first little fish here. All right. Then I will switch to my water brush or a normal watercolor brush and then just dissolve that a little bit. Now, if you don't have a water-soluble pencil, it doesn't matter. You can just do the drawing and then right next to it, you can actually write, you can also do this with a water-soluble pencil, a graphite. It's a very nice medium to work with. All right. So you can see it's actually quite nice and dark. This one that I've been using is a graphite aquarelle of Cretacolor. And another one that's very, very nice and dark is the Graphitone medium wash. Now I will do the second one with that bit. And I'm just going to do the second little fish here. And you'll see this one I think is a 4B and it goes up to an 8B. And again, I'm just going to do like a quick drawing. The idea is that if one works in your sketchbooks, that you'll be able to do it in your sketchbooks in a very short time. You don't need hours of working. If you've only got 10 minutes, that's what you'll be able to use. Okay. So I'm just going to put in those markings. I wish I knew which fish this was, because I don't know all the fish, unfortunately. This one actually so soft that it quickly breaks as well. And you can see it fell, so it's even a bit shorter now. Again, I'm just going to put in some of the darker bits and I press hard here. And again, you can use your brush. I'm just using a different brush. And again, it is because I want to get used to the feel of the brush. This one is a bit darker. And I know that the 8B of this one is quite dark, but you can see it's got a very nice texture to it. Right, so those are your graphitones. And I tend to write next to it as well. Okay, this one was a Cretacolor, Aquarelle, and this one was a Graphitone. A Graphitone is a Derwent product. Graphitone is a Derwent product, and that is a Cretacolor product. Derwent with the E there. And the other one, I'm actually going to take another permanent pen. This is a permanent pen. Now, what I love about this is a Unipen. It's water and fade proof, and it's a 0.5, but it's light in color. So it almost looks like graphite, but it is permanent. So I'm also just going to draw with this. Just a nice fast drawing. Right. And you can put in the textures of the skin over here. Right, that is a bit darker. And whatever you put on top of this won't go away. So I can actually now, I actually want to just use, say, a dark, I think this is an indigo, and just go over it. And you'll see with the this, it doesn't smudge at all because of the nature of the pen. Okay, the pen is permanent. Just going to add some water there and a little bit more of this orangey yellows. And you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just showing you some of the materials. The idea is that you play with your materials in the end and see how it works. And even mix those two. And then when this is dry, I can come back to it and then add more detail if I wanted to. Okay. Just going to leave it like that for now and until it's dry. Okay, so you can see it was quite fast. Just going to write down which this one is. It's a light gray. Unipen fine liner 0.5, and then I can choose to work on top of that with something else. Okay, so the next one I actually want to show you is a fountain pen. Now the inks that I use are water soluble, so they are permanent. Don't get that wrong, that because it's water soluble that it's not permanent. Sometimes it will say non-permanent, which actually just means that it is water soluble. So if it gets wet, it will flow. I'm not sure whether it will also mean that it will fade with time. I'm not sure. I don't think so. So I'll have to wait a little bit more patiently for that one to dry. So okay, let's go to the next little sketch. And for this one, I thought we'll do some watercolor. It's the one with the blue circle. Put it up here for myself and see it properly. I don't know if you guys can see it as well. All right. Now, I am actually going to do it a little bit differently this time. So I'm actually going to draw it out very softly with my pencil first. And I'm going to use something to make that circle. So, and of course, this is the only thing I have here at the moment. I'll just use this and make a nice, like, it's the size of the circle that I want, more or less. So I'm using it over the sketchbook, and I'm just going to make a quick drawing of the little fish, and I specifically chose the fish because they're easy to draw. And you can actually focus more on the materials than on the drawing. Okay. It's very quiet, so there's no questions yet. I know you've been muted, eh? So that makes it a bit difficult to ask questions.
I'm just trying to keep up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just the Joan, she's muted, but she can always just message me and I'll unmute her.
All right. And you can also post questions in the chat. You can then Saddam can ask them. But we'll definitely give time for people to give feedback and to say, okay, this is what are you using here? So I'm just doing a small little sketch in pencil just to get the layout. And I don't erase this. I actually like it when it's got the construction marks and things going in it as well. All right. So this time I think I'll start off with doing the outside circle. Okay. And it's got a nice greenish feel to it. So I make a nice juicy color there. And actually using another brush just to make it even thinner. And I'll just start. And the thing with watercolor, you mustn't overwork it. You must really work fast. It's just so much nicer and more free when you do it fast and don't go over the paper all the time. Because with sketchbook papers aren't that good that you can actually go over it all the time. It will damage the paper in the long run. So you have to work while it's wet, if that makes sense. I mean, even doing that, you can see it makes little, I don't know what you call it, but it makes friffeltjies. It sort of leaves the paper marks there. Okay. I'm actually just going to spatter in this a little bit. While it's wet, I'm actually just putting some very liquid marks into this. Nice and liquid. And it will sort of make interesting marks in here where it's wet. When it's dry, it will show up properly, but where it's wet still, it will make backgrounds. Okay. I like that. Okay. So I think with the next step, I would like to, instead of using pens, I'm going to use my crayons, my water-soluble crayons, which is the ink pens. I'm just going to get them. And I really like to use them together. Got a roll here with all my ink pens. Now, these are the same as aquarels. They've just got a little bit more pigment, I should say. So, and I've got a nice range of colors here. So I am just going to start, while it's still wet, actually put in some of these colors over there. I can dip my pen into that as well. And you can see you can make very nice textures with this. All right. With a nice dark color for this. And I'm actually going to put in the dark color for that and the dark color for that already. This one is ink black. I think it might be too dark. Let me go for the one that says dark. It's a little bit less dark and it's got a bit more brown in it. I like that. And the idea is, if you want to work loose, you have to actually work fast. Because the moment you focus too much on the details and things, you lose the spontaneity. That's the right word. Just going to change it to a madder brown, which I think is a softer color and also got a reddish undertone, which I like. I think it will look good with the color. I'm going to combine these two because here it's quite dark. I'm actually going to combine the bark color with that. I mean, just now I'll go back to the bluey colors. Right. And I'm not going perfect, I'm going for interesting. Okay. I'll go back to my iron blue, which is a really, really nice color. Just going to put some of those textures that I see in there by scribbling in it a little bit. And in here as well. And I'll mix the red with it. Okay. That. And it's like a light greenish, tinge here, which is now too bright. Now, I can actually see if I can mix another color with this. It's like a greenish brown, so I think that these two might actually do the it's too much of the one. Add more green. More. So you can use it almost like a watercolor. So that color I like. A little bit more green. Okay. A bit more water because it's quite dark. And a little bit more here. I'm not sure whether that works, but I think it's nice enough. All right. Can add a bit more water in here to blend that. I just want to mention that with normal aquarels or watercolor pencils, they are not as intense as these ink tints. The ink tints are really, they've got a lot of pigment, so it really works very well. All right, so now I see these little spatters there that I really like. I'm actually going to put them in. And I think for now, I'm going to say That is enough. I know if I want this a little bit more dark, I can put in a bit more dark, put more emphasis on that, and then also between the two, yeah, there's a little bit on the yellowish side over here as well, which I like. A little bit more yellowish. Right. I think that one is also now done. All right. Now again, I'm going to write down what I've done. So I'm hoping that you are enjoying your drawings. All right. So these are Derwent paintings. And watercolor. Color. And then drawn with pencil outlines. Okay, that's it. All right. Now this one is still not dry. So I'm waiting for it to dry. You can see it dries a lot lighter. Okay, that one is quite intense there. But I'll wait for that one. And then I'll get back to that one a little bit. All right, so let's go to the next one. Now, you don't have to fill every little spot on your face. That's one of the things that I find that people find difficult to do, is to leave open spaces. So I think the next one I'm going to do, and I hope you have this one, Saddam, it's the one with a colorful, it's quite colorful. So what I'm using as a reference, I got this from Pinterest, and I thought this is actually quite nice. So it gives me an idea of what I can do. Now, I really like that one, which is done with a very, very fine line with a permanent pen. And then on top of that, there's some watercolor. So I'm going to try that sort of feel with this one. So I give myself a little brief of what I'm going to practice. So I'm not practicing fish, I'm actually practicing the different techniques in my sketchbooks. All right. So I can decide, actually don't want this one the same way as that. So I'm actually going to put it upright this time because it's got a nice little space around here. Let me just cover this a little bit so that I don't smudge it any further. We'll also dry it a bit, but I'm just going to cover it there so as to protect it a little bit. And then I'm going to draw a little bit bigger. And now I've got a 0.2, which is quite a fine line. I can even go thinner than this, but let's do this one for the video because I think it will show up better. So I'm going to start with my contour drawings. It's quite a straight one. And actually put it right next to it. Actually, I think you will even see it better. I mean, I can almost do it like side size. I think it goes up, and then that line goes up there, goes up here. That one goes down here. And the thing is, if you work with a pen, it's almost like you concentrate a lot more than you would have if you've just taken your pencil. There's something in your mind that just says, okay, I can't make a mistake. For me, it's not about the mistakes, it's about the concentration. I think that's the main thing for me, is to actually teach myself how to concentrate properly. I'm not picking up my thing. I'm rather doing a lot of lines to get that correct line. Okay. And I've said in previous videos as well, in the beginning, I didn't like this kind of line, but I've learned that it's actually quite relaxing to work in this way. It's really quite relaxing. Let's go back on this one. And again, remember, you're not going to have your reference right next to your picture in your drawing book. Okay. So even if it's not correct, I mean, you will still be able to see that it's actually fish, if that makes sense. All right, let's put shorter, fatter there, and then this one comes here. And I must say, it's always easy to see when other people make mistakes when you look at it from a distance. So I might be making some proportional errors here, but I'm practicing my drawing and getting to know my materials better. All right. Okay. I'm going back now with my watercolor. I'm going to put this up here so that I can miss, and I'm going to cover this little bit underneath here so that I don't necessarily miss on that. And then I'm going to take my reference picture that I had with the colorful fish, these ones, I'm going to put them there. And what the first thing that I see in this is that not the whole fish was done, just part of it. So I'm also going to just do that. Now, in this reference, the orange of this fish is actually quite nice. So I'm going to actually focus on doing that. I'm going to use my little mop brush of Mont Mort because it's not very precise. I mean, the more stiff your brush is like this, the more precise your work will be. If you make a mark, it's more precise. Where this one spreads a little, so it's a little bit different. So I'm going to start off with the oranges and a bit of these reds. And I don't often clean these palettes. So if I clean them, I don't clean them totally, because otherwise the colors are too harsh and also too raw. So I like to actually leave some of the residue of the other colors there. And then while it's wet, I'm actually going to put in some more colors. Okay. So I like that there. Now I've pre-wet this because it was totally dry. And as I said before, I don't use a spritzer like this for wetting this because it these metal pans actually rust. So I use this little bit here and I just pop it in there so that I can just loosen the top little bit of layer there and then work on top of that. I think it's nice and fluid to work with. Okay. I'm just going to put that in, and remember it dries lighter, about 30-40% lighter. It's quite a bit lighter. Okay, I'm going to put some of that in. I can already see I'm going to find it difficult not to paint the whole fish. I must already almost decide what am I going to not paint. It's a little bit difficult. So you can see this is now a nice dirty color, but I think it's perfect for that neutrals that I want to put in. And now I'm actually going over the lines as well. Okay. I really like that. I want to see if I scratch into this while it's still wet, it actually picks up some of the watercolor and it will make little indents that could maybe perhaps look like the texture that's on the skin. Okay. I'll darken it a bit. Let me see what color. Oh, that is very, very, very in your face. So the opposite of that one will be yellow, but I'm going to put green. That's my go-to if I want to stay cool and in the cool region, but a nice color. I mix my green and my blue. It actually makes for a very, very nice color there. You can see. So like that dark bits over there. I think the other thing that I like about this picture is also the dark background. A little bit hesitant to make the dark background because it could be quite harsh. So I'll see if I'll do it, if I have the guts to do it or not. I might not. That greeny bits there. I'll just go very softly over there. I think I'll rather go for the spattering rather than making it too dark. I know this becomes a go-to, but I still like it. I think that already works. Yeah, I like that. I could add some little bits of crayon bits in here. So let's see what it looks like without overdoing it. I'm really scared that I will. Again, if you want to work loose, you have to limit your time. So telling myself that so that I know. So focus on that. And I think I'm going to make one of them a bit more orangey so that one of them are a little bit different because they are too much the same. Like this one. Maybe that. Maybe that. Really difficult to leave. All right. I think, let's see what the page looks like. I think the page almost works. Yeah, I think I can use this for writing later on if I wanted to. Okay, so let's just write what I've done here. I've used the Unipin 0.2 millimeter, and I've done a contour drawing. And then watercolor plus wax or oil-based, what is this? Water-soluble. It's oil pastels, but they are water-soluble. To some extent, not very much, but it is. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if I shouldn't try, and even with this, to darken this a bit. Yeah, I think that could look nice. It's just a normal Stabilo Koki or fine liner. I think this could work. Let's see if this, not sure whether this is water soluble. A little bit. I know this pen of mine. This is one that I wanted to show you, but I haven't had the chance yet. Oh, it's too bright. I'll use it there. Luckily, I saw it now in time. All right. Okay. How are we doing for time? We still got 20 minutes. All right. Let's go back to this little one here. That was the first one, the first drawing that we did. And I'm hoping that I will see the example of that one. I don't know what I did with the photograph, but it doesn't matter. I want to go back into that one and just work a little bit on that with a permanent pen and just do some of it a bit darker. I don't know if that actually works, but yeah. So you can work with your watercolor first and then with the pen on top of that. So I think that's the next one that I'll do. Is a quick one. This one and this one just with watercolor. And I'm thinking maybe just something like that. We have this fish this way around with the okay, I'll do it this way around, but then I'll put some more of the lemons on that side. Okay. Right. Now with this one, I'm actually gonna try to do something different. I was thinking of doing watercolor first, but I'm actually going to just use my other pencils that I've got. So I've got some yellow. I don't think it will show up much. Does it show up much? Does it show up or doesn't it show up at all? I can't see.
The yellow is
whether
very
it
faint.
shows up. It's very faded, hey? I know for videos it doesn't actually work. I saw the other day when a lady was demonstrating it. Okay, let me see if I use
It
this one.
doesn't show, yeah.
Is that one better? It's a little bit better.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
I just
can
want to-
be. Yeah.
That's a little bit better, right? So I'm actually
Yeah.
going to just put in some of that in there. With these little
Oh, I think it's boring.
all right. Okay, and then do the fish. Right. This one is, I think, brown. I don't want brown. I want black. Black. Or let me use this one that I've told you about. I think this got a very deep blue color. Start at the tail end. Okay. What's it interesting about? Let's do that one. And then I think these patterns are quite nice on it.
Fishes are very cute. And hungry.
And hungry. Haven't you eaten today?
I did, but I like fishes too. Fish and chips.
Yeah. All right. Just want to see what this does because I think it's going to be quite water soluble. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That was what I was hoping. The color might not work for the page, but the technique will be interesting enough. And the resist of that, that is interesting. If I put in some of the oil pastel in here, let's see what this does. It's got the markings. And this is water-soluble oil pastel, by the way. So it works a bit differently. See if I put some dark in as well. And you mix. I'm not sure what it will look like, but I'm curious. I think that's one of the nice things is that one has to be curious about your materials and to see what they can do. Okay, let's see. If I mix them. Is it too late at night for you guys?
Someone is very tired.
Yeah, someone is very tired. Okay. Right. I would love to see what you guys have done. So if you can show me, it would be very nice. See if I can put some more of this in.
I'm still drawing.
Oh, you're still drawing?
Yeah,
Give us a few more minutes,
yeah.
please.
That's fine. You're welcome to have a few more minutes.
Thank you, teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hungry. Concentrate. Concentrate. You can do this.
Okay, let me see if I can do this. This is just what I find with the pastels and some of these crayons. Most of them are. It's almost like they're designed for youngsters. I must be so careful because I know someone who loves very bright colors. I must be so careful. But I do like the more muted colors. I find it difficult to work with these, and then you have to layer it with other colors to make it a bit more muted. So I think that's where I find it a bit difficult to work with these colors. But I mean, it's good to experiment with colors that you're not used to. I think it is a good it's a good practice to go out of your comfort zone every now and then just see what comes out of it. If I wait until this is dry, then I will definitely go over it with my ink. I think that's what I'll do while you guys are busy drawing. Yeah, these are.
Can I just ask, you said you've
Yes,
used
please ask.
the oil crayons there for the fishes that you're busy with now.
Yes.
Just explain again, what is the type of crayon that you use?
Okay.
Because we've
So
got
you
an
get
oil pastel here, oil pastel. Is that what you were talking about?
yes, but it's a water-soluble oil pastel, so it's a bit different to normal oil pastels.
Okay, so the
They
ones
give
I have is normal oil pastels.
yes,
Okay.
and they actually work to give resist. Okay, so they resist the watercolor, which has also got its own sort of. It's also nice to have that. It just works very differently. So these ones are from Mnyongo. I don't know how to pronounce that one. And it says aquarelle oil pastels. Okay. So they're a bit different. So they are water soluble. It says on the thing it's water soluble. So, but I find that even if it's water soluble, it doesn't really dissolve completely. I will show you an example. I've actually did a color swatch of it. I find the Caran d'Ache new color, the new color 2, actually works better. It's got more pigment in it, which I will also show you now.
Okay, for this exercise, I'm going to use my oil pastels, even though it's not water soluble, or should I rather stick with water paint?
No,
Water
you can definitely work with your oil pastels. No, there's no right and wrong. It's just to get drawing. So these are the Caran d'Ache new color 2, which is water soluble. The number 1 is not water soluble. It's just going to give you that resist.
Okay, all right.
But I'm going to fetch my other watercolor. So I've bought a few new things to try out. So my tendency is to go back to my ink things and my aquarels because I feel safe with them. But let me show you. I think it's in this one. This is the Inktense. You can see this is the Inktense samples. And they are really quite bright and they're very nice to use. These are all Inktense. And you'll still see some of the crayon and when it dissolves into a watercolor. And I actually like that, to see the crayon as well, because it creates texture, which is quite nice. I did some samples of this is the water-soluble oil pastels. This the packet that I showed you just now, this one. And the colors are soft. It's almost timid, the color, so you don't get a lot of pigment out of them. They're also a lot cheaper. They're not cheap, but they're cheaper than the Caran d'Ache. The Caran d'Ache has got a lot more pigment to it. I just want to see if I've got an example. I should have an example in here of the, I don't have in this book, but let me show you. There's just some of these colors, because they are quite intense. Usually, they unfortunately break quite quickly. Because they're soft, they're very soft.
Yeah.
They break quickly. Okay, and then if you wet them, just wet them properly. Start with the darker color here at the bottom. You can see it's got more pigment in, and it actually can dissolve the crayon quite a bit. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So it actually dissolves the crayon quite a bit. It's got a lot. I mean, it depends on how much you brush on top of it. It can leave the brush marks or the crayon marks, but it's definitely brighter. Look at the yellow. I mean, the yellow, it always shows up very badly on the videos, but the pigment is a lot better in the Caran d'Ache than with the rest. So I've started now to sort of dedicate a book just to the materials swatches. This one is, for instance, the watercolor markers of Montmartre, which is not expensive. May look like these. But
Okay.
also, it doesn't flow easily. I find it difficult to work with. Where the Lyra ones, these ones, are aqua brushes. They work a little bit easier. They tend to work better. Yeah. Okay, is there any other questions that you would like to ask? Can we have a look at everybody's drawings?
Yes, we have 10 minutes left, Sonia. Just reminding you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with the drawings. I'm not going to draw anything else right now because I find that my concentration doesn't last an hour. It really doesn't, especially not after 8.
Yeah, so I can spot anyone who wants to share. I can go first
Yes, please.
to make
Yes, please.
I
Yeah,
can
to make it easier.
yeah to
Yeah.
make it easier.
Thank you.
La 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 la.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just let me know. Let me
Oh,
just unspot
lovely,
this. La 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 la.
lovely. You should have given the lesson. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I enjoyed it, Sonia. Thank you. You can see I forgot to draw fish here. I was like, why is this place empty? And then I realized, oh, it's missing it. But
It's missing a fish. It's been eaten.
yeah, it's okay. But I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I really love you wet the papers and you draw on it. I love how the pigments bleed out. That's one thing I want to
Yeah.
explore more. But
Yeah. One
yeah,
can explore a bit more.
and fishes are very cute.
Yeah, well, it's just a topic. I think that's the
Yeah,
thing because normally I go to flowers and trees, and I thought, no, let's take something else for a change, so that it's just a bit different. It's not something that most people will choose, but actually, I've seen some beautiful drawings of fishes on Pinterest, which I thought was
yeah.
quite inspiring. It was really quite inspiring.
Mm.
So I found it very nice.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna remove
then
myself.
yes,
Anyone else? Next
yeah.
person.
Who else?
John. John.
It's nothing like yours.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because it's yours.
It's not. How do you do it?
Just give me a sec. I will continue.
I can't.
Now you are the star.
No,
I'm so proud of
Just
you.
put it
Lovely.
I could-
up.
I like the
couldn't even
middle
keep
one.
up. I was trying to keep up with her, and I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's watching and doing which makes it difficult.
it is.
Lovely. But it's so nice of you to join us. Thank you. Marty, have you drawn?
You can also take picture and share it on the chat as well. Up to you guys. Whatever works best.
Hello, Birgit. You're welcome to show. I can't see.
I'm trying to work out how I do it. There we go.
Oh,
look at that. Wow.
Lovely. Yeah, just keep
I
it up
tried.
there so I can spotlight you. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more we practice.
Wait, Margie, give me a sec. I'm gonna add you to spotlight now. Just give me a sec. Okay, there you go. You are. Okay.
The more we
You are the
show.
star.
Okay, show.
Okay, I can only show a little bit because the others.
That's very good.
That is lovely.
Wow, those are beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then I want to move.
Wonderful. Nice. So
Okay.
proud of you. And Renee?
Okay, I can only show a little bit because I
Okay.
just got
That's beautiful. Lovely.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh,
others, I got a bit tripped up. I
Yeah,
can
because
show
maybe you
them,
don't
but
have
they,
the same. You might
wow.
not have the same tools that
yeah,
I've
so I
got.
got a
So,
bit tripped up on it. Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. I think the more we do it, the easier it will become.
Mm.
So I say to Siddharth, even if we just 2 or 3 people, we just get going because it gives us practice as well. So thank you so much for coming and participating. I'm very happy.
Mm.
Yeah. No, thanks for coming.
Let's go to Marley.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that this is such I think a privilege to be able to sit, exercise, and get guidance in this manner. So I really appreciate that. So from my side, thank you very much.
It's a big pleasure. It really helps me to get going as well because I need an audience. I can't help it.
Okay.
So I need
Thank you so
company.
much as
Yeah.
And
well.
that's the
Thank
easiest
you.
way of doing it. So
Are we,
thanks for coming.
if I can just ask Sonia, your intention of taking this forward, how do you see it going forward? every week, every month? How did you?
Look, in my heart, I would love to do it every week, but I know myself, I won't be able to do it every week. So I think for Saddam and I, we've decided to do it once a month, the drawing together, and then the videos that we do on Fridays. At this stage, we're trying to do it twice a month, and we'll see how it goes. And as we get better in setting up, and her working from her place and I'm working from my place, it makes it a bit easier. So this is the first time that we've recorded it with Saddam being at her place and I'm in my place. So it worked. So we'll definitely try and do that more. And the idea is to build a community where people actually draw more and sketch more and partake more and do workshops and just grow as an artist. Even if you're just a hobby artist, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a full-time artist to enjoy art. So that's where our heart is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can resonate with that. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you
good.
very much.
Oh, thanks for coming tonight. So yeah. All right. Thank you, Saddam.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
see Marley is working. She must stop working.
I stop.
Would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm happy to
Put you
share.
into
Yeah,
spotlight.
hello,
Right,
everyone.
so I came in late, so I
So
just quickly
quick.
finished work number one.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you.
Look how beautiful. Yeah.
Black paper. Is it black paper?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't saw
It's gouache
Yeah, you
on
and
black
Saddam are
paper.
very, what do you call it, bold to work on different kinds of paper. I stick to my white and my off-white.
Yeah, it's got some fun challenges to it, but I really like the effect when you're working with gouache.
It does, for sure.
Lovely,
That's
lovely.
right. I think what we'll have to decide is how to, if we do a drawing together session, will we just put up the reference and then everybody do it in their own materials that they've got, like you have done now, so that they don't have to follow me per se, that you actually just do what you want to with the materials that you've got. I think that's in the end that we will aspire to, because not everybody's got the same materials as I have.
But I think it's important to be exposed to the possibilities of different
Mm.
materials.
Mm.
So it
Yeah,
might
I'll
be that,
definitely share the materials that I'm using, but I think
yeah.
people must feel free to use the materials that they've got, like Murray now has done with her gouache. That is actually perfect. Because that's what I think with the other drawing sessions that Saddam and I've done in the past with other people, everybody works in their own materials. They get the same reference, but everybody works in their own materials, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Okay, one can say the session has ended. Thank you for coming, and thank you, Saddam, again, for hosting.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye. Ah, Sonia,
Yes.
I'll come to your house on Friday.
You first have to go and eat and then go sleep.
No, I mustn't eat now.
Is it too late for you to eat now?
Yeah, I mustn't do it.
Yeah.
And I need, and
But
I
remember,
just, yeah.
you must remember to stop the recording at some point.
Oh, yes. Thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me that.
Yeah, I'll let Leon cut it for